situation, and Alec did leave. So now I believe it's probably going to be Reaper and Accidentally left. So I will change their team name to Accidentally's team because he's definitely doing a lot of damage. One more Thor rallied up here. Thor's do great against the roaches, but with that amount of units and a mind control, there's not really much that Thor can do, unfortunately. There are it looks like 6 infestors. Yeah, 5 infestors here. Now it looks like they are going to be pushing out for the Zerg player. Great fungal growth on those Zerglings. Ends up completely destroy them, as you can see. Probably could have just used the one and offset the other. These infestors are now coming in for the mineral line, taking out some drones here. Needs to drop one more to take out the rest of these. But that's a good little fungal growth. And it looks like during that time frame, though, Alec did try to go for a greater spire, so possibly Brood Lords, if you give him the chance to. Now we do have looks like 12 Thors over here. JDX is trying to hold down with some Zealots and Immortals as best he can. The Thors are whittling down little by little. The best thing to do probably is to regroup back at the back and then move forward all at one group at one time. But again, this guy now has 14,000 minerals. If he just built Marines, I don't believe, because Marines counter Immortals and Immortals counter Thors. So if he has something that counters the thing that he has, it wouldn't be a big deal. JDX is talking about just kill the base and destroy the base, and probably should do so. I mean, there's only 3 Thors over here to protect it. Destroying his base, getting rid of his production facilities, he probably would be able to prevent this game from going any further. Accidentally is moving out even further. Did destroy JDX's main base almost completely. Only a few building structures left. But it does look like the counterattack is coming on. Gloominous is moving in with his massive amount of Vikings. But unfortunately, he groups them up together and gets a massive amount of splash damage done to him and loses way more than he should have. That's the only problem with using air units against Thors is when they group up like that, the splash damage from the Thor's cannons just do a lot of damage. Now it looks like some great mind controls here. 4 Thors, 5 Thors are completely mind controlled at the medium moment, and they're just doing more damage to their own units than they are doing to the enemy. Now, of course, they're targeting down the rest of the Thors here with what they have left. He's losing a couple infestors. He probably needs to back out, but was able to whittle down a decent amount of those guys, just one thing. And honestly, Accidentally needs to kill this infestor because his Thor is killing his other Thors. And he wisely finally was able to do that. But Unix Lost tab, you can definitely tell that Accidentally is way behind, but he's trying to keep up, keep the production up. He now only has, he's banking on all these resources also because 2 of his teammates did leave. So that was part of it. Now we do actually have 2 Void Rays coming in here. If they get fully charged, they can probably do pretty good against these Thors. They do fully get recharged and end up taking that one out. And it looks like possibly the second one without actually being destroyed because Gloominous was nice enough to come here and repair him. Now this guy is just massing the Thors up. We actually have another army of Thors here. Another 12 Thors to come out there. JDX is trying to get both expansions up in top left going. Same time, Gloominous is trying to get some type of expansion going here on the right side of the 3 o'clock position. But now what can they do? I mean, basically JDX's team for the most part is used all their units they can to fight off the one attack of Thors, and now they have another huge army of Thors right here at their base, moving in now. What do they have that can really do anything against that? They have a couple Void Rays here, and that's just about it. Zero's asking how they get so fast, partially because his teammates left and gave him a lot of resources. Partially is because he's also been expanding whenever he could. But Thors now are fully upgraded just about except for armor. They have 3 attacks, so they will do a lot of damage, 39 damage per hit, and then you know, the air attack 9 and 18. They do say, of course, 1 base left because this is the main base left. But Protoss is here, really not being much of a threat at this immediate moment. Thors come in here and destroy Poseidon's main base almost completely as well. A couple of mind controls do go off here. It looks like the Thors are going to be attacking each other wisely, though. Accidentally is trying to take down these infestors. What Zero probably should do is fungal growth first and then mind control, so that the Thors cannot move in, because the mind control actually outranges the Thors on their attack. So he is using a couple fungal growths here, it seems, trying to keep them still. They are armored base. They start off with 1 armor, so the fungal growth does decent damage to them. Not as much damage as it could to other units, but there's a mind control, great mind control. Let's see the range on it. Mind control right there as well. Again, if you use them, if you mind control at the max distance, then you shouldn't be killed unless they have to move in. JDX's, it looks like that Zero and JDX, or Luminous, are coming down here trying to take out this Protoss player. Get rid of him. It'd be one less person to worry about. He's also banking a lot of resources. He needs to be building things. But still, 10 Thors in the main base of JDX's team, just going around destroying everything they can. Looks like they're going to be hunting down Luminous at this point. But it does appear that Zero and Luminous are going to be able to lock down Revolution's expansion here and end up possibly completely destroying that, and it'll be just one base versus maybe 2.5 at this point. Aximili does still have a huge army. 154 supply to a combined total of maybe 120 supply for JDX's team, so that alone he could have more than anything. And I'm just going to say it one more time, if he had Marines to help him, this would be completely over. I don't think there'd be anything Team JDX could do if there's Marines. And a lot of Thors were hurt there. It looks, if you also look too, 200 energy on his command center. So really what he needs to do is drop those mules down and heal his Thors up right here and keep pushing out. Maybe wait on these Thors here to join and just attack all at the same time. But if you have that energy and you don't have any SCVs up here to help repair, I would actually send probably 10-15 SCVs to help repair this. But if you don't have the SCVs to do so, drop your mules down, heal up your units, and push forward at that regard. Now we do have, of course, like I say, the 9 Thors over here, and then it looks like another 9 right here that is going to try and come over here and clean up Zero's expansion. At the same time, the main base is under attack from the Thors yet again. For Zero this time, Queen's getting in on the action, but probably even only got one attack off before she was completely destroyed. And again, there's just so much going on here. Great fungal growth right there. Probably destroy a couple more of the Thors. This Thor is desperately low on HP. 33 HP, and that would probably take him out at that point. And a couple of them are pretty low. But it looks like now Aximili is switching out his separating his forces. Going to come down here with one group, and the second group is going to clear up here. And Poseidon, of course, wisely says his teammates were the ones that have him given the money. Now that fungal growth does end up taking out yet another Thor. One of the Thors down to 84. Does mind control the one that has a little more HP, so he can start taking out the other ones. He actually needs to come down here and take out this infestor, but it doesn't appear so. And this Thor just destroyed every single one of his teammates for one. So great use of mind control by Zero. This game's turned out to be pretty tiresome here. Now it does appear that JDX and Zero are finally going to push out into the main of Aximili, destroying his production facilities and of course supply depots. So at this point, Aximili only has this amount of units left. It looks like almost two rows of it. So 15, excuse me, plus one there. So actually 17 Thors remain. What can they do? But it's still a huge army. 17 Thors, 103 supply. JDX is starting to catch up in supply, 131. But does he have the right unit composition to handle all these Thors? Thors are going to start to push out to JDX's final base. The Immortal gets focused down immediately, and of course, as you can see, the Zealots just get annihilated. So the units for JDX down to 117, destroyed very, very, very quickly. Aximili probably does need to send something up here to repair these units, though, because there's nothing left for them to do. Poseidon wisely trying to get an expansion down here in the bottom right corner in case that this attack does destroy JDX completely. If it does, they definitely need to expand somewhere to be able to keep it going. A couple Thors over here. I really don't know why. But anyways, on the high ground, Aximili's up here and just bombarding Zero and JDX's units from below. He didn't have sight of the high ground until just right then, and unfortunately did lose a lot of units right there. One Thor did go down, but at what cost? There is a lot of Immortals here. 5 Immortals here definitely do good if they can separate the Thors out. The Immortals are doing great work right here. He does have actually some more Immortals being built down here in the bottom, buying his main army of Immortals some time to come up behind. More Zealots are reinforcing. Now it looks like there's only about 4 Thors left. against 4 Immortals and a handful of Zealots, so I believe that this might be it as long as they keep pushing forward, and it does appear that JDX's team will be victorious. Oh, wow. That group of Thors just did some massive damage. He just kept rallying up there, did a lot of damage, destroyed 4 main bases really by himself. But wow, again, if he had some Marines to help attack, I think they would have won. But unfortunately, he stuck with only Thors, banking on a lot of resources, and it just didn't work too well for him. So hope you guys enjoyed that. A lot of battles. Great play for the most part by Aximili, aside from, like I say, one more time, he should have had a lot of infantry, a lot of Marines. JDX's team did a great job trying to hold out as long as they could, expand where they could, and attack, counterattack, and held it off as best as you could. And it looks like they got, of course, victorious because of it. So hope you guys enjoyed it, and I look forward to the next one.